novamusic.com.
Hello, we're at novamusic.com. I'm Freddy DeMarco here with the brand new Vox VT20 Plus. There's a lot of upgrades on this one from the previous VT. One cool thing is, being a 20-watt amp, we have this section here that I'll show you. Right on the chicken head knob, where on the master volume, if I turn this up, it has kind of like a gas pedal effect, where I can go from a 20 up to a 30-watt increase and really hit the sweet spot, because we have the valve reactor technology in the VT amplifier. This is a 12AX7 tube that's used in the power section, and the reason it's used in the power section is to give this amp a real tube power vibe and feel. So if I crank the master up, I can really juice that power section with the tube in there. Now, the 12AX7 actually gives you a better clean tone, which is an attribute of a tube power section. When you roll down your volume on crunchy sounds, it cleans up naturally, unlike a lot of solid-state amplifiers and other modeling. So it's very special that way. And also, the tube really emulates each power section. So if I pick an American-sounding blues amp, it knows how to work with that power section and transformer and emulate and model that kind of thing. When I switch over to a Class A, so let's say like a Vox amp, it knows to reconfigure that. So we're really getting authenticity on this amplifier. It's totally loaded with tons of amp models. It has 33 amp models, and it has 99 presets between 3 modes. It has a green mode, which is pretty much the clean mode, with just some delays, reverbs, and dry sounds. The orange mode gives you all kinds of effects that we have on here that I'll demonstrate in a minute. And then there's a red mode, which is the sound famous fast mode. So you'll get 33 famous song sounds on this already dialed up to play along with some of your favorite artists. The VT Plus features 8 programs of storage. Each one of those programs also acts as an additional preset. So this amp actually has 107 different presets on it. It has an independent pedal section where I have a treble booster, a tube overdrive, an auto wah, and all that's separate, independent from the modulation and delay section. And then we even have yet another independent section that's just reverb. So 3 independent effect sections on the VT Plus. I'm going to dial in a real sought-after guitar sound, a Texas blues tone, using a Blackface 212, so it's a US 212 model. I'm going to dial in from the pedal section a tube overdrive, put on a slapback delay by easily editing it, just a tap tempo on the tap button. I got a fast delay and a spring reverb, emulating a traditional Texas blues American amp signal. Here's a model of a very expensive AC30 amplifier with just one knob on it, a very high gain version of an AC30. Here's a preset of a vintage British amplifier. Here's a UK metal model. The effects section on the VT Plus is really easy to edit. For example, if I bring up the pitch effect, I could simply edit it and change the different harmonies just by pressing the tap button. Check this out. You can even dial in synth type effects, as we have a Filtron effect on this amplifier. We're also including a G4 rotary effect. Notice how detailed this effect is, as when I hit the chord, you'll hear an emulation of the Leslie speaker type ramping up of the speed of the speaker. Check this out. The VT Plus features high quality effects. Check out this octave effect. One thing I find very impressive about this octave effect is it actually tracks quicker than any octave pedal I've ever owned. Now I can get really elaborate and bring back that Filtron effect. A little bit of verb in there. Now we're dealing with octave, Filtron, and reverb. Just to recap on the VT Plus family, 107 different presets drawn from 33 different amp models, independent reverb, independent modulation delay section, and an independent pedal section. The VT Plus family also offers an onboard tuner. It also has an auxiliary input so you can play along to your jam tracks. And don't forget that we have that extra 10 watts to play with. Even though it's a 20-watt amp, we have that gas pedal effect where we can increase it from 20 to 30 watts to really hit the sweet spot of that tube in the power section. Well, thanks for joining me here at novamusic.com with the VT20 Plus.